your song right now is bridging the gap between hip hop and gospel, which is something that I hold very dear to my heart. When you told me you talked to Kid Capri, DJ Kid Capri, one of the
I did.
legendary DJs in our culture. Tell me a little bit about that conversation when you first heard this immaculate remix.
Well, I was driving home late one night in Dallas, and I always listen to Fly, the Serious Fly, and it was his night. It was his night where he was DJing, and he started playing a remix version to Never Would Have Made It, and I'm just rocking to it. And then all of a sudden, what he does is he tags me in my Instagram. So once he tags me in my Instagram, I responded and I told him, I said, man, this is amazing. Thank you so much. And he said, Marvin, you would never understand. This is probably one of the hottest songs in the clubs right now. I laughed because 16 years ago when I recorded the song, you never expect your music to have that level of longevity and to remain relevant as long as it has. And I mean, it's mind blowing. I tell people all the time, at first it was hot in the church, then it was hot at everybody's funeral, then it was hot at everybody's workout facility because everybody's working out to it. So now it's hot in the clubs too. And I'm just grateful that my music has stood the test of time.
It sure did, and it's my favorite thing to hear. I'm like, you guys can turn the rest of that off. Let's just hear Never Could Have Made It, the remix. But
Yeah,
yes, going into this amazing story that's being told about your life. I honestly enjoyed it so much, and just to have like Mr. Luke Cage, play in this film and play you. Tell me a little bit about what I took the most from it was trials and tribulations, because a lot of time people think that people involved in the church, whether you be ministry or whatever, they don't go through, and you don't go through trials and tribulations, even in your early life to your present life. And this biopic really, really kind of got into that and showed the highs and the lows. Is that something you appreciated about this piece?
Absolutely. I was one of the co-writers, executive produced it, and played a intricate part in it. And I wanted to try to make sure that people understood that, just because you go to church, it doesn't necessarily mean that the church is in you. And, a lot of times they think that people who are people of faith, specifically who are in church, that they're walking a perfect line. And I didn't. I mean, after my mother and father got divorced, at the age of 12, I started smoking marijuana. At 16, I began to drink and pop pills. And at the age of 18, I snorted my first line of cocaine while I was going to church every Sunday, directing choir and singing and doing all these different things because I loved singing gospel music. And, I want people to really see that, struggle is a part of life. But, struggle, what it does is it gives you strength. And then it gives you the ability to overcome and endure whatever comes your way as well.
Definitely, I couldn't agree more. And we're in an age where biopics are many, good, bad, or indifferent. What separates this from the many biopics that are out there? I mean, I know personally what it did for me, but in your opinion, what separates this biopic from all the rest that are out there these days?
I don't know if it separates from any other one. I think that what my story does say, though, is that, no matter how bad life has been, that's not the end of your story. That you as an individual can redefine, you can rewrite, and you can change your life if you make a decision that you want to do so. Thankfully, I had that spiritual base. My mother made us go to church. It was not an option. She made us go to church no matter what we did on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. Sunday morning, you had to have your robe pressed, you had to have your clothes pressed, and you had to be up and ready by 10 o'clock because by 10:15, we were getting in that car and we were on our way to church. So it just really, it gave us moral fiber. And, with that being said, I think that this biopic is going to be that which helps people to understand, most importantly, that no matter how bad it is, you can overcome and you can be triumphant.
Absolutely, 100%.
Mhm.
So just to close, I love that, celebrities and prominent figures within our culture who has been for a while now, when it comes to biopics, they're getting behind the scenes. They're being involved with the writing and producing as you are. And it's kind of being able to tell your own story. Was that important to you with this biopic? You really wanted to be hands-on to be able to tell your story?
Yeah, I did. And I also wanted to learn this side. I understand music. Music,
Mhm.
I've been producing, executive producing, writing music for all your life. For some 30, for some 33 years, I've been doing this. And so it's been a long time. But now, we understand that content is king. And
Mm,
um, on this other side, I want to learn it. And honestly, it's very different. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's very, very different. Um, but I've learned so much in it. I may want to do some other things now that I've dibbled and dabbled on this side. But yeah, I wanted to make sure that the story that was told about me was really authentic, that it was real, and that it was most importantly something that I could live with. At the end of the day, when the lights go off and when people stop watching it, I still got to be able to go back and live my life and do what I love to do, and that is to preach and teach the gospel of Jesus Christ. And if I can't do that, if I did something or put it in the hands of individuals that I did not trust, and that's why I got to give shout outs to TV One, I got to give shout outs to Swirl Films, because I trusted them to take my story and to make sure that when it's all said and done, I can still be the Marvin Sapp that I enjoy being. So yeah, having control is a great thing.
100%. And I think you succeeded in that. So just to close, tell me a little bit, you kind of touched on it before. What can we expect more from you, Bishop? Is it more behind the scenes? Can we get a director, staff? Like, what's to come for you? What can you
I
see?
don't
Let's dream
I don't
big. I'm
know.
a big manifester.
I don't know if director Sapp is in my future. I do think that, that there may be some other projects that, if it's the right project that I probably want to be a part of. I know I was in a group for years by the name of Commission, and that's where I got my start. And they've been in negotiations, actually talks about doing a biopic. And I tell people all the time, Commission is nothing but the five heartbeats on steroids in a Christian way. And
I like that. I love that.
and I think that that would be a good movie. And if I get the opportunity to step in and executive produce and pitch it, I think it would turn out being something great.
Okay, we'll get another producer, Bishop Sapp. I'll take it. We'll take what we can get. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much, Bishop. I'm so excited for all the audience to really learn your story and draw inspiration from it, because that's personally what it did for me. And to show, just because you're in church and you're in ministry, the journey is not always peaches and cream, as a lot of people think. So
That's
thank you
awesome.
for sharing your story with us, and really helping those who will need to see this.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking time to be with me today.
All right, Bishop. Have a great week. Thank you.
You as well. Peace.
All right. Bye bye.